Hey everyone, welcome to this video with Sauce's Best Catering. I am Chef Charlene Sauce, and I hope that you'll stay a while and enjoy this episode. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can find me on YouTube at Charlene Sauce. So, hello everyone. So what I'm doing right now is just getting ready to make what will be like my butter for the fish sliders I'm making today. So you can already see I started with spinach. Now I have a very unique but delicious flavor on it, right? And what looks crazy to so many people actually turns out really good whenever somebody tastes it. So just, rock with me a little bit. You might learn something new. So we got spinach. And now we're just going to put in some shredded carrot. I did this before when I made a spicy fish stew. And also when I made the fish curry pasta that some of you all may remember. If you don't remember things, you can always go to my blog, and that is at saucesbestcatering.com/blog, B-L-O-G. All right. So 1 second, let me grab my handy dandy chopping increment here. All right. So yeah, I'm really big on flavors. Also grab my lemon pepper. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna chop up a few green onion. I'm still working on this base, so my kitchen itself was not big enough. So what I'm doing is expanding my kitchen into what would be a normal family's dining room. But since we don't do that kind of stuff anyway, because we're always also busy doing whatever, perfect place to turn into a kitchen. Although, yeah, we are also going to put a table in here. Finally, a nice little compact and like bench seating or something. No, just so when we do want to sit down and eat together, we can. So just a little green. I see my hands healing up much better. All right. Next, a little rosemary. Not too much, just a little. This is crushed rosemary. All right. And the next thing we're going to do is butter. Now, this is going to turn into a butter. So, use as much butter as you need to make it get the thickness that we need. Hopefully, this all fits in here. I don't know if you all are food gadget nuts like me, but Cuisinart has a new food processor. It's pricey, but it's worth it if you can afford it. That also you can actually cook in too once you get done like using it for your food processing. Must own, working on it as we speak. There are a lot of food gadgets that I'm really into that I must have. So some lemon pepper. This is what we're gonna saute the fish in. I'm not doing fried fish with a batter. I'm doing more of a sauteed fish. Just some tilapia fillets today. And then this Old Bay Salmon Classic. We're not making salmon, but this is still just going to create such a really good texture and taste. I also have fish seasoning that I'll be sprinkling on each one of them. But yeah, they're gonna be good. So you want to get that in there, just one pack. And now you're just gonna add a little oil so it all fuses together. Normally I would use olive oil, but I'm out, so not too much, just a little. You can also go the alternate route that some people prefer of pouring it through the top as they're blending it. I always just put mine in first, but to each their own. All right, put that in so you don't have a mess. Pulse it first. I always pulse before I go to the high speed, because you want to kind of get things just moving around to the bottom, like the bigger stuff that's going to be a problem, like that butter. All right, now we're going to step it up. If you find it's not going down smooth, you can pulse again. meat right now. I feel like we need to pulse it down. 1 second, I'll be right back. Let me get one of my wooden spoons to push that down. Alright, so we got a wooden spoon, and now we're going to push things down a bit because it's not going down as easily as we would like. So when that happens, you just go on in there, get in there, push it down with a clean pencil, and we just lost something. Gotta rinse that off now. Oh, today is working out beautifully. Alright. So I'm back. Had to rinse that off. Alright. So we're going to put this back together now that we freshened it up from its fall. Put that back in. And then you want to make sure that you close this really, really tight, so you don't have stuff splattered all over your walls. I don't even know how my wall is getting splattered over here, but yeah, I got some cleanup to do on my own wall. But yeah, we're just going to pulse it. Get it down in there. And once you feel like it's pulsed enough, I kind of alternate when I keep watching and I see stuff that's not going to the bottom. I'll alternate. But whip it, whip it, whip it. What we're effectively doing here is making a nice buttery seasoning. And at this point, I think it's just about done the way I would prefer it. So let me show you what this looks like. Look how beautiful that is. And that is how we're going to flavor the fish. Hello everyone. So news flash, my dog is normally an outdoor dog when it's warm temperature, and then we bring him in when it's below 45. So you're going to hear my dog today, and I do apologize for that. We're getting him used to being crated again. It's really usually a hard transition. Hold on one moment, please. Trinity, close your door. Oh, it is closed. He's just being that ignorant. So this is the butter that I made earlier that you saw in the earlier portion of this video. So we're just going to put a nice little dose of that in the pan. I'll set the rest here. And also for flavoring, first thing you want to do is get the heat going. And then also I've diced up using my dicer some red onion. Now this is just going to add like an aromatic. You don't have to put the onion on the person's plate. So it's going to add flavor to your fish. And then we're just going to rub it around. I'm so sorry y'all for this dog. But it's getting pretty cold here in Georgia. I'm from Maryland originally, and my grandfather's dogs were always outdoor dogs, so I didn't even know dogs weren't supposed to be in temperatures under 45. But yes, evidently, that's the deal. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to see if I can get him to stop the foolishness. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back. I don't know, the dog might start again, but you hear a little sizzle. Now, even though this has got butter in it, this pan is weird. Rachel Ray pan, I probably would never buy one of her pans again, just being honest. It's supposed to be nonstick, and I found that that's pretty much not the truth with this pan. So we're going to turn the heat down a little because we don't want it to scorch. I did add just a drop of oil to try to loosen this up some, even though it's butter. Okay? So we want this to kind of, it's not going to melt all the way down, of course, because it is basically, might add just a little more, not too much. Okay. It is basically the green that you see that's not going down is basically the spinach. So what we got here, and you just want to kind of try, and you could use a whisker, but I'm just going to use this, what I already have. You just want to kind of evenly distribute that in the pan, okay? Now what I've got here are the pre-seasoned tilapia pieces. They've got Italian bread crust on them. I used a little tagine, a little salt, and a little Old Bay. Oh, and the most important thing on them is the island spice fish spice. I love this stuff for fish. Alright, so we're just going to start. They're very thin, so they will not need to cook long. Once you get your fish done, you're going to move on to your sausage. These are going to be some lovely full of flavor sliders. I'm too excited about it. It's going to be great. So we're just going to keep this going for a bit. Wash my hand real quick. Okay. All right. So let me get my tongs because they're going to be kind of important for turning over my pieces of fish. Tomorrow I'll be making homemade gnocchi. It's going to be great. Yum. It's going to be so good. Just going to keep moving things around here a little bit with the tongs. Again, you don't want to do this too long because they're very thin. You don't want dry, gross fish. Alright? I'm going to get a little spoon because I want to be basting these also. So just a little lovely spoon, and you just want to kind of baste your flavors like this. Just a little baste, a little drizzle. Okay. Beautiful. And these are going to be in sliders. So you see what we're doing here, and I'll be back shortly to show you the next few steps. Okay, so these are the pieces of tilapia. Now what I'm going to do with the remainder of that butter, once I've made the sausage, which is about to go into the oven to bake for a bit, is turn that into a sauce that we're going to pour over. And we're going to put that on the sandwiches along with a couple of other wonderful flavors we're going to put on the sandwich. Mainly either a choice of golden and spicy mustard or the Emerald's spicy horseradish along with lettuce and tomato. And one of the other things I'm going to be doing is melting some mozzarella to go with this. So this is going to be really, really great. I'll be back in a bit. I just want to show you this real quick. It's been in the fridge and it is so delicious. This is the cabbage salad. It consists of purple and green cabbage, some red onion, and some sweet corn, and then the dressing that I made, which will be described on the blog but this is so delicious. And this is the remainder of that mixture that I made along with the cracklings from the fish that I fried, and this is going to be a sauce that we put on the sandwich. This is going to be so good. The sausage, the beef sausage, is now in the oven, so we're just waiting on that. And this little bit of apple jam that I made yesterday will also be added as a dressing to the salad. Now this cabbage salad is also going to have the slices of the sausage added to it. This is going to be a really delicious dish. So you get a little beef and you get a little fish in your fish slider. I mean, what could be a better game day playoff dinner? Be back in a bit. Okay guys, so I'm back. You see I have my slider buns, the potato roll slider buns on the grill. And now remember that sauce that we made, the butter that we made, and added the fish crackling to, crackling meaning whatever was left from whatever you fried. Now what we're doing is mixing that with cheese. We want a nice cheesy substance to put over our sliders. The bottom layer of the slider is going to be the apple stuff. And then this, along with some spicy mustard and lettuce and tomato, is going to be the top layer of the bun. So we're just getting this done. You want to stir it. Now I also add a little bit of beer to this because, you know, instead of beer banding the fish, we put it in here. So you just kind of want to keep mixing that because you don't want the scorch and burn. You just want it to be nice and gooey. Look at that. Yum. Look at that gooiness, right? That's what you want. So now we can turn the fire off because we just wanted to melt it, and it is definitely melted. It's got mozzarella and mild cheddar in it. All right, so we just want to smooth it out so that if it cools, you can just make it into sheets to put on the food. Okay. So now what I'm going to do while my bread is browning is I'm going to slice up some lettuce and some tomato. You can use iceberg, you can use romaine. I took out the iceberg too, but honestly and truthfully, I'm probably going to use romaine. I prefer it. It has more flavor. So at this point, what I'm about to go do is just prep that. First thing we're going to do though before we do that is this. The lovely Italian sausages are done. They were in the oven, so we're going to sit those down until we come back to them to get ready to plate everything. This is going to be yummy, yummy. And in case you forgot, those sausages are going to go on top of my cabbage salad that I made. We're going to slice them, make the presentation very nice though. I'll be back shortly. I just want to show you the cheese pull real quick of what we're putting on top of the fish sandwiches. Look at that. Ooh, look at that ooey gooey goodness. Get one more scoop to show you. So delicious. All right, everyone. So I'm going to be dipping in and out of this, actually, because I have to keep walking back and forth because I don't have enough space to put everything over here at once. So the first thing you want to do when making your sliders, just get a nice piece of fish and put it on your bottom piece. All right, there you go. And this is perfect because I have 2 pieces per family member, including me, because I'm cooking again tomorrow, so I didn't want to do anything too big today. Oops, I forgot one very important step. So for now, we're just going to move this over. All right, so the first thing we wanted to do was take that lovely apple jam that I made yesterday that also has a mustard flavor to it, and just put that on the bottom like that. Come back, get those tongs again. Put your pieces back where they were. All right. Now we're about to venture into the kitchen. I'm going to do the next layer and I'll bring it back and explain it. So hold on one second. Yes, I'm still recording. Why are you talking? I'm sorry, y'all, for that talking during the recording. And I can't record it because I already did the layers. So, sorry, guys. Normally that would not happen, and that will not happen again. Alright. So, next you want to use some tartar sauce on the top buns. Like that. At this point, I like to use a little of the following. Again, I'm really sorry about that introduction. Not real fond of sounding unprofessional, but it is what it is. It happened. So a little spicy mustard also on top. So what I put on top was that spinach, carrot, and mozzarella mixture that you saw me make earlier, mixed with butter. And then we've got that. The next thing we're going to grab is some romaine. And some tomato. Alright. So you can be real crazy and you can cut this if you're that much perfectionist, or you can just lay those right on top, like so. The next thing you want to do, of course, is just nice, even, flat slices of tomato. These are sliders, so one piece should be plenty. If you want more, you can make more, and I should have brought my cloth in here because I am making a mess. All right, so just a little piece of tomato on each one, like so. dropping stuff too. What a lovely day. So that's pretty much it for the sandwich construction itself. You can take a spoon if you just want to spread that out more. Put it on there like so. My tomato just went running, so let me grab that. Put it on there like so. And I like to stick, if I can find them. One moment, please, again. I love to put like a toothpick just to keep everything like super neat. Just take a toothpick, run it through. Just make sure you leave it out enough to where your guests know where it is, like so. And then to make this pretty, I'm just gonna put these two on that piece of romaine lettuce that's there. This tomato is really bothering me. Got it? I'm just gonna stick that there. Next thing you wanna do, find the top to this. Really disorganized day, guys, and I apologize. I do have pickled onions that was supposed to go on there that didn't, but you know, it is what it is. And also, I have pickles. So if you want, now the person I'm making this cake for doesn't like pickles, so the pickles aren't on there. But what you can do is after the tomato layer and the lettuce layer, you can put the tomato and your pickled onion. Pickled onion is really easy to make. If you need help with knowing how to, you can just DM me, email me, whatever, ask me. I also have sriracha if anyone's interested. You can put all kinds of dressings on your sandwich. What you put on your sandwich is totally up to the person who's eating it. So now what we're gonna do is get some of this lovely spicy cabbage salad that I made. You remember earlier I explained that it has green cabbage. Use your tongs to squeeze the juice out so you don't get your sandwiches all soggy. And just put that in a nice, beautiful pile on your plate. And there you have it. Your fish sliders along with your cabbage salad. I'm going to get another video of this real quick and then we'll be ready to eat. Yum. So actually, I had to come back because, like this. I actually had to come back because that was absolutely not right. I forgot to add the sausage on top of the cabbage salad. Now you can see the sausage on top of the cabbage salad, which is super important because you want to have a little meat bite too. And then there are the fish sliders. Yum. Let me spin this around so you can see the plate because one of my fish sliders is leaning and you can't even see the fish, right? But there's the fish slider part of it. Yummy.